And the Canada Child Benefit is increasing as of today. And for a closer look at what this means for families, we're now joined in studio by the Federal Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, Jenna Sudds. Minister Sudds, thank you very much for joining us. So you were over in Mississauga at the Bridgeway Family Center, Turtle Creek, making this announcement. We're talking about $350 for families. That's grocery money.
It is, and I would add, in total, with the increase now, the maximum Canada Child Benefit is about $7,800 a year per child under 6. So this is a major help for families across this country. We know there's 3.5 million families, 6 million children who receive it each and every month.
And, speaking of families and, having the parents be able to get to their jobs, we've got to do something about this congestion here. But, that's a different story. Speaking of jobs, can we talk about the virtual cabinet meeting today? What can you share with us from that?
As was said, it was a very straightforward meeting. We had some appointments to do, and that was that.
Okay, and so along with that, the other ministers, this is coming as, Seamus Regan is deciding to no longer continue in his position. What can you tell us about the other ministers in terms of any deadlines from the Prime Minister that were given?
Deadlines?
In terms of, if they're going to run again.
Oh, apologies. Well, first of all, I'd like to say Seamus has been an incredible colleague, an incredible leader, and he's certainly going to be missed. He's staying on, of course, for the rest of the term. But I think all of us are, reflecting and ensuring that we're ready for the next election. I know myself, I've certainly gone through that process and am ready and eager to get to work on the next election when it comes. But in the meantime, honestly, we have a lot of work to do, right? So my focus and why I'm here in Toronto today, being able to announce and being able to increase the Canada Child Benefit at a time when we know that families are relying on this income is indicative, I believe, of our commitment to Canadian families and helping where those challenges lie.
And Minister, speaking of, the amount of work that there is to be done, what can you tell us about any potential cabinet reshuffles? What talk about that is going on?
I think we're hypothesizing here. Again, I would much rather focus on the work that we have to do. We're very busy, to be honest, with the task at hand. In my capacity, obviously, as Minister for Families, looking at ways that we can support them, whether that be through the Canada Child Benefit, as well. A lot of work underway right now to roll out our national school food program, which was a budget commitment this year. Those are my priorities. That's where I'm directing my energy, and I know my colleagues are also very much tasked with focusing on the future in their work.
And speaking of, what more would you like to say to families today?
Well, I think today is a really exciting day, frankly, a day in which we are able to increase the support that they receive each and every month. These checks or deposits arrive in their bank accounts. It gives them certainty. They know what to expect and when to expect it each and every month. But what I would like to say to families is it's one measure of others, right? We've seen the work that we've put forward and the impact of rolling out our $10 a day national childcare program. Here in Ontario, we've already seen 50% reduction in fees. That means families are saving $8,500 per child each year. This is tangible. I point to the National School Food Program. I look at our dental program that started to roll out. I look at pharmacare. These are all evidence points of a government that is committed to Canadians and to serving Canadians, particularly in a time of need. And what I would like to say to Canadians is the alternative is scary. The alternative, when I think about a Conservative, Pierre Poilievre-led government that does not support any of these measures, and that is what is at risk. That's what keeps me up at night, and that's what worries me for Canadian families.
And Minister, we have to wrap up before we go. Any other things in the pipelines for families to help deal with, the affordability crisis, cost of living, and just getting around?
Yes, I experienced that on my way here today. Well, I think the most exciting and the most eminent one as we think about back to school is the National School Food Program. So I'm focused over the next month as we work with the provinces and territories to sign agreements to get money out the door to see this program expand, to make sure that when kids are at school and they are hungry, that they have access to affordable, healthy foods.
Okay, Minister Sudds, thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you.
Such a pleasure.